Here, medial, posterior. So anterior extends from this lateral side to medial side. So whatever is here on the lateral side also is included in anterior compartment. Clear? So what are the important structures we identify? Sartorius. Clear? This is rectus femoris. Lateral to rectus femoris is vastus lateralis. This is vastus medialis. Vastus intermedius is always seen below rectus femoris. It's not seen here. So if I put a pin in anywhere even close to this, you should answer only vastus lateralis or medialis. Don't comment or commit that this is vastus intermedius. Alright? Because vastus intermedius is covered on both the sides by vastus medialis and lateralis. Alright? Next, this muscle that you see here, this is tensor fasciae lata. Alright? Here you will get the iliotibial tract. This muscle is on the medial compartment. This muscle is gracilis. Here, next to gracilis, you have a muscle here. This is adductor longus. Clear? Now adductor brevis will not be easily seen anywhere here because adductor brevis will be behind adductor longus and in front of adductor magnus. Clear? So always the safe option is to say adductor longus. Understood? Right. Once you finish adductor longus, we come to this area. This is the femoral triangle. Boundaries of femoral triangle, please remember: medial border of sartorius, medial border of adductor longus. Understood? If usually when we talk about boundaries, one border is medial, the other border should be lateral border. But here in femoral triangle, it's different. Both are medial borders. Medial border of sartorius, medial border of adductor longus, because adductor longus will be slightly in a slanting position. So only the medial border will form the boundary. So the apex of femoral triangle is formed by the place meeting point of medial border of sartorius and medial border of adductor longus. This you should mention. Base is formed by this structure here, which is inguinal ligament. Understood? Then we have the floor. See the floor? 1, 2, 2 muscles here. Totally 4 muscles will form the floor. Understood? Clear with this? So the easiest way to remember from medial to lateral is, you should remember apple. All of you have Apple iPhones, right? Apple. A stands for adductor longus. That's the medial most. Next you have, see this muscle that you see here. This is adductor longus. See this muscle?
Pectineus.
That is pectineus. P for pectineus. Then you have below this you have a muscle here. Understood? Another P, that is psoas major. Understood? And last this muscle is iliacus. Just we remember L for iliacus. Understood? So these are the muscles which form the floor of femoral triangle. Understood? Okay. Whenever we talk about any triangle, whether it is femoral triangle, popliteal fossa, cubital fossa, any triangle, please remember, or any fossa or any area, you have to talk about. When they ask you what are the boundaries of femoral triangle, you will write, what will you write? Base is formed by inguinal ligaments. What is this border? Yes, laterally medial border of sartorius, medially medial border of adductor longus. Clear? If you write all this, I'll give only half a mark. What are the other things you have to write? Yes, if you write floor, adductor longus, pectineus, psoas major, iliacus in this order, then I'll give you only 75% of the mark. roof of any area is important. Understood? So this is how you should always discuss a particular area, particularly any, even for example, popliteal fossa, cubital fossa. You should always talk about boundaries, which should include, see, when you take a room here, you not only have 4 walls, you also have a roof and a floor. Everything is a boundary, right? So here also you should talk about floor and roof. If you don't write those 2 words, then it means the boundaries are not complete. Got it? Okay, now roof. What is the roof formed by? Okay, skin.
Subcutaneous.
Subcutaneous. No, not tensor fascia lata. This fellow will get at least 0.5 marks because he intelligently told skin and subcutaneous tissue. Because any fossa should be covered by skin and subcutaneous tissue. Huh? Yes. Below subcutaneous tissue, you should have. What is the other name for subcutaneous tissue? It is called superficial fascia. Understood? Below superficial fascia, you should have deep fascia. Depending upon where it is present, the deep fascia, the name changes. Clear? For example, deep fascia of arm is called as brachial fascia. Deep fascia of the forearm is known as antebrachial fascia. Bicipital aponeurosis is not deep fascia. It is a slip from tendon of biceps brachii. Okay, antebrachial fascia. Understood? Coming to the thigh region, deep fascia of thigh is known as what is it? Fascia lata. Understood? What is the deep fascia of the leg known as? This is known as crural fascia, fascia crura. Understood? Got it? Okay. Now what is popliteal fascia? Popliteal fascia is nothing but the deep fascia of the leg which covers or which forms the roof of popliteal fossa. That's all. So here it's fascia lata, only the small portion will be popliteal fascia, and here it will be fascia crura. Understood? Okay. So remember, whenever we talk about boundaries, please make sure if there is a roof and a floor, that is also included in boundaries. All right? Don't write only this 3 lines and say I need full marks. No. Contents in this you can identify. This, yes, V-A-N, van. V for vein, femoral vein. In the middle you have femoral artery, and this is femoral nerve. Understood? Okay. Now roof, I didn't finish the roof, right? Yes, roof is formed by skin, subcutaneous tissue, or otherwise called superficial fascia, then fascia lata. Yes. Guess. Only 30 days more for exams, right? 24. 24. Right. See, roof is formed by not only fascia lata, but there is an opening in the fascia lata which is called as saphenous opening. Understood? So saphenous opening is also part of roof. What passes through saphenous opening? Great saphenous vein. So this is great saphenous vein. See here the vein that is coming here. This is great saphenous vein. so it drains into femoral vein. Clear? Okay, let's go to the medial compartment. In this particular model here, we are able to see two adductors, adductor longus and adductor magnus gracilis. Clear? Let's go to the posterior compartment here. If I pin this structure, then you should say this is gluteus maximus. Don't worry about this muscles, huh? These are all muscles of the back. All right, so don't worry about it. Here we go here. See, this is the gluteal region because this is the iliac crest. So anything below is what we are dealing today. So this is gluteus maximus. All right. This, if I pin, you have to say this is gluteus medius. Don't go to say this is gluteus minimus. All right. Fine. Next, below gluteus medius here, you see this muscle below which the sciatic nerve comes out. Yes, this is piriformis. This is the key muscle. Below this piriformis, you see 1, 2, 3, 3 muscles here. One, get the color pins. Akmal, you have pin color pins. Yeah. Yes. Careful. All right. See here. This is gluteus maximus. This is gluteus medius. Piriformis. This is of course sciatic nerve. And below this sciatic nerve, I will pin 3 structures. Okay. One structure here. All right. See, all the 3 structures will go towards one center. Superior gemelli, obturata internus, and inferior gemelli. All right. Next. Sorry, this is almost same color. That is quadratus femoris. Clear? So in this region, these are the things we will ask. All right. Sciatic nerve is important here. Okay. Next we go to the hamstring compartment here. This is the lateral side. See, whenever I pin any structure, please make sure that you first identify which side I am putting the pin or I am pinning the structure. Clear? Now, if I pin like this, one muscle here, you should look at the side. This is lateral or medial? Lateral. So remember, on the posterior compartment, on the lateral side, I can pin only one muscle, that is biceps femoris. That's all. Understood? You should be able to identify the 2 parts of biceps femoris. This is the long head, this is the short head. So when it is on lateral side, please do not comment semitendinosus and semimembranosus. They are on the medial side. This is how we should identify muscles. Which side we are giving the pin. All right. Fine. Next we go to these 2 sides here. All right. So this is semimembranosus. This is semitendinosus. Okay, because of long tendon. Next we go to this muscle. Two heads of gastrocnemius. All right. soleus. This is tendon of tendocalcaneus. Clear? Otherwise Achilles tendon. Clear? So you have seen all the structures here, right? Hope the things don't fall down. So you have seen this. Let me take out some of the things. Always when you study identification of muscles, please make sure you have to put pins to identify. Once you memorize what it is, then you can remove the pin.
So,
Okay? Now the leg muscles. Now if I pin this structure that is running here, what will you answer? Actually this I think this vein was cut. They put it in the wrong way. This is great saphenous vein. So always remember this. On the medial side of the leg or on the medial side of the thigh, if I happen to pin a vein, right, or any blood vessel that is subcutaneous, you will never get any artery here. Keep this in mind. Got it? You will never get artery. So what you will see here running on the medial side is always a vein, and the vein is great saphenous vein. Understood? Similarly, I won't have any blood vessel running on the lateral side. The blood vessel will always be on the medial side. If at all something like this vein is running here, then that has to be short saphenous vein. Understood? Clear? But short saphenous vein I will always prefer to show on the calf muscles, on the posterior side. Clear? So remember, just like you have a basilic vein and cephalic vein, here also in the lower limb you have two veins. What goes on the medial side from the dorsal venous arch is great saphenous vein. What goes on the lateral side is short saphenous vein. Got this? So here it's always, if I pin this, you have to say it is great saphenous vein. Clear with this? Okay. If you know this, let us go to the muscles here. Okay, see here. Now remember, the anterior, the leg is divided again into three compartments: anterior, lateral and posterior. In posterior you will have superficial and deep layers, two layers. Superficial layers, you saw the muscles, gastrocnemius and soleus. Alright, now we have come to the anterior compartment. What are the things that can be kept for you? Suppose I put a pin here. Next I keep a pin here. Once again, pin here. Then I put a pin here. Alright. Then one more pin. See here? In the anterior compartment, you should know the following structures. Understood? Okay? Right. Now, see this muscle which I have pinned here. See the tendon where it goes. It goes and stops midway on the dorsum of foot, just on the medial side. So this has to be tibialis anterior. So when I pin a muscle, see where the tendon is going. I always make sure, or we will make sure, that it is always the tendon is seen clearly. So see where the tendon goes. Understood? See here, the tendon stops here. So this has to be tibialis anterior. See the next muscle here. Alright? This muscle, see here, there is one tendon that goes here. There's another tendon that goes to this. Actually, this is one muscle. Clear? So it goes to 4 digits here.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. So what is this?
Extensor digitorum.
Extensor digitorum
Longus.
or extensor digitorum. Clear? Remember, you should not think this one is a separate muscle, this one is a separate muscle. No. This was one muscle. The tendon got separated yearly, that's all. So your answer should be
Extensor digitorum.
digitorum. Got it? Okay. Now in between, you see I have put pinned another muscle. You look at the tendon straight goes to the great toe.
Extensor hallucis.
Extensor
Hallucis.
hallucis. Clear? Then on the dorsum of foot I have pinned another muscle here. This is called peroneus tertius.
Yeah.
Clear? This is called peroneus tertius. Usually this is not included in this anterior compartment, but because this is considered to be a detached part of it, so we always say this is peroneus tertius. Understood? These are the important muscles here which you should know. Any doubts in this? Always look at the tendon. Clear? Okay. See, muscles you always identify